Are you an acclaimed Cotney Estimator, or ACE as we like to call it? What if I told you that you can take a gamble on your career and guarantee that you would come out with an ACE? Complete any of our estimating programs, and you too can have an ACE up your sleeve. Listen to this month's ACE Spotlight to hear about our estimators. Hosted by Cotney's Lee Lipniskis.
Hello, my name is Lee Lipniskis, and I'm here with Brandon Davis. And Brandon is one of our ACEs, which stands for Acclaimed Cotney Estimator Spotlight. Brandon, thank you for meeting with me today.
You're very welcome, Lee.
I first of all want to congratulate you on completing the intermediate course. I think that's fantastic that you want to take your career to that next level. So thank you and congratulations. So Brandon, I want to get to know you a little bit more. So can you tell me how you got into the roofing industry?
So I started out in 2013, worked with a reputable general contractor there in Texas, working with insurance carriers and weather event restoration remediation claims to achieve fair market value for their policyholders or our mutual customers. Got
it. So were you kind of the liaison between the contractor and the adjuster then? Is that right?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. That's really cool. And in Texas?
In Texas, I've worked in Nebraska, Illinois, here in Florida, Missouri, and in Iowa.
Wow. I know I was an adjuster years ago, and I remember I was in Texas after Hurricane Ike, I think it was Hurricane Ike, in Houston. And I remember their laws down there with the claims process and what you can and cannot cover. And that was like back when you could pay deductibles and things like that. It was a long time ago, but those laws are kind of intense.
It's certainly a little different now. And they kind of change from storm to storm or, market to market.
Mm-hmm. What did you like that job?
Actually, I did. Gave me the opportunity to kind of travel. While I was doing that, I had an opportunity to kind of work as an intermediary between contractors and work that we kind of found through our different databases. So I would kind of like pair up like a company like Sutter Roofing with jobs that we would find. And then from there, I kind of worked as a roof inspector.
Wow.
And that's what I do
really
now.
Cool. So since 2013, which means you've had a lot of roofing experience before you took this intermediate course then?
I would say so.
Yeah.
So mainly on the residential side. I didn't really get into commercial until I came back to Florida a few years back now.
So then what ultimately made you decide to take this course?
Well, I'm always looking for ways to expand my knowledge and learn. Was pleased to review some material and concepts that I wasn't, exposed to before.
Yeah. That's really cool. And I guess my question to you is, what did you get out of it? Or did you what did you think of the program? I'm curious, since you have that experience, what did you think of the program? Did you get anything out of it? What kind of impact did it have on you?
Definitely. So, I hope to apply what I've learned to kind of help me become better at what I do. It's an expansive program. It covers the basic fundamentals and skill sets that one would need to be proficient in to have a successful career in roofing. Commercial estimating.
Yeah, I know, like I said before, I was an adjuster and for many years before I actually went to the contractor side for more years than that. But I still learned something in the intermediate course that I didn't know about, especially I've seen a blueprint, but I didn't really know how to read a blueprint, which they kind of teach you the fundamentals of that. And then the entire Division 7 with the thermal proofing and waterproofing just kind of blew my mind, where I was surprised that I had been estimating for so long without knowing that. Was there Was there anything that stuck out in your mind that you were thinking, wow, I should have known that, or I'm glad I was taught that from this course?
Yeah, I'm totally with you on, how to interpret blueprints. Just kind of looking over and see what, kind of pertains to what is important to what we need to do, and how that, pairs into the other trades.
Yeah.
The code specifications, that's the first time I saw any of that. And then formulas for, measuring slope roofing systems. Of course, this day and age, there's all kind of programs and, satellite pictometry that kind of does that for you. So it's just good to know how to like hard estimate or hard measure.
Yeah, it takes you back to pen and paper. I think, I'm glad you mentioned that, because one thing that we really, wanted to make sure we did is, people who take this course, we wanted them to be well-rounded in estimating. So that's why it's, steep slope and low slope, but also not to have to rely on a program to figure out your estimate. It's technology is great. And, especially like, you think of how advanced our phones are now, but there's something to be said about knowing the basics and fundamentals of actually how to measure a roof in case Eagle View doesn't, provide you with that, or pictometry, or whatever program you decide to use. I'm sure in your experience, you've been to rural areas of the country that are covered in trees, and Eagle View or pictometry or roof scope doesn't get there, and you got to measure it yourself. You got to know what to do.
Sure. And this kind of showed me how to do it a little faster.
Yeah.
By using.
Well, good. I'm glad. So my final question to all of our ACEs that I ask is, what kind of advice would you give somebody who's new in the industry or has been in the industry for a little bit, as an estimator? With your experience, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would say, things continuously change in the roofing and construction industry, and for them to be prepared to adapt to and evolve to those changes when they come about.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's really great. I'm so glad I got to talk to you today. I love our estimating program, but it's always good to hear from other people and what they think about it. And like I said before, congratulations on completing the program. And thank you for being one of our ACEs. I'm really excited about that.
Hey, thank you, Lee.
You're welcome, Brandon. Thank you.
Bye now.